yourself first. Someone around you may secretly like you and showing it without realizing. One of the most overlooked hidden signs of a secret crush is the way someone changes their behavior, specifically around you, even if they're confident and consistent with everyone else. This change is often subtle rather than dramatic, slightly softer speech, more attentive listening, or an unusual level of nervous energy that doesn't appear in other interactions. People with a secret crush usually try hard not to reveal their feelings, so instead of obvious flirting, they unconsciously alter their tone, posture, and reactions. These small shifts can be driven by emotional self-regulation. They wanna impress you while also avoiding exposure. Over time, these patterns become consistent, which is why paying attention to repeated behaviors matters more than isolated moments. Another strong but hidden indicator of a secret crush is selective attention. When someone secretly likes you, their brain naturally prioritizes you over others, even when they try to hide it. They remember small details you mention in passing, bring them up weeks later, and show awareness of your preferences without asking directly. This isn't a coincidence, it's emotional investment. Cognitive psychology shows that people remember information better when it's emotionally meaningful, and a secret crush creates exactly that condition. If someone consistently recalls things about you while claiming to be bad with details, it often signals a deeper interest. Eye contact plays a powerful role in revealing hidden attraction, especially when someone is trying to suppress their feelings. A secret crush often results in contradictory eye behavior, either prolonged eye contact that feels intense or frequent glances followed by quick avoidance. This push-pull dynamic happens because eye contact increases emotional exposure. When someone likes you secretly, their instinct is to look, but their fear of being discovered makes them look away. Over time, you may notice patterns such as watching you when they think you're distracted, or maintaining eye contact during serious conversations but avoiding it during casual moments. People with a secret crush often find subtle ways to stay connected without appearing obvious. This may include responding quickly to your messages but claiming they just happen to be online, or frequently engaging with your content while avoiding direct compliments. These behaviors reflect inner conflict and wanting closeness without risk. Digital behavior is particularly revealing because it removes real-time pressure, allowing emotions to slip through. If someone consistently finds reasons to interact with you online, especially late at night or during quiet moments, it can indicate emotional interest they aren't ready to express openly. Another hidden sign of a secret crush is emotional mirroring. This happens when someone unconsciously aligns their mood, opinions, or even speech patterns with yours. If you're excited, they become more energetic. If you're serious, they match your tone. This mirroring is a subconscious bonding mechanism rooted in social psychology. People mirror those they feel emotionally connected to, often without realizing it. When attraction is secret, mirroring becomes even more pronounced because it feels safe. It creates connection without a verbal confession. Jealousy expressed in indirect or socially acceptable ways is another indicator of a hidden crush. Instead of obvious possessiveness, someone with a secret crush might ask casual questions about your relationships, make subtle comments about people close to you, or show visible discomfort when you mention romantic interest. Because they haven't declared their feelings, they lack the social permission to express jealousy or openly. As a result, their reactions often appear understand but emotionally charged, revealing more than they intend. Secret crush often leads someone to prioritize your needs in quiet ways that they may offer help before you ask, check in on you during stressful periods, or adjust their schedule to be available while framing it as coincidence or kindness. This behavior stems from emotional attachment combined with self-restraint. They wanna be important to you, but feel crossing boundaries over time. These consistent acts of support form a pattern that goes beyond normal friendliness. Watch closely and at the end, you might recognize someone you never expected. One of the most telling hidden signs is nervousness that appears only around you. This may include fidgeting, overthinking responses, laughing more than usual, or stumbling over words. Nervousness occurs when emotional stakes are high and a secret crush raises those stakes significantly. The person cares deeply about how you perceive them, even if they deny it verbally. This anxiety isn't about social discomfort in general, it's situational and targeted. Someone with a secret crush often downplays their own romantic life around you. They may avoid talking about people they're dating, minimize their interest in others, or quickly change the subject when relationships come up. This behavior is a protective strategy. They don't want to risk making you feel distant or uninterested. Silence in this context can be as revealing as disclosure. When someone consistently avoids signaling availability elsewhere, it may be because their emotional focus is already placed on you. A subtle physical orientation is another clue people rarely notice. When someone likes you secretly, their body tends to face you even when their words don't. Their feet point toward you. They lean slightly during conversation and they position themselves near you in group settings. These behaviors are instinctive and difficult to control. Body language research shows that attraction often manifests physically before it's acknowledged consciously, making these signs particularly reliable. A hidden crush can also be seen in how someone reacts to your achievements. They may show disappropriate pride, excitement, or encouragement compared to how they respond to others. This emotional amplification happens because your success feels personally meaningful to them. They're emotionally invested in your happiness, even if they never say it directly. Over time, this consistent enthusiasm becomes noticeable. People with secret feelings often test emotional boundaries directly. They might share personal stories, ask deeper questions, or create moments of emotional closeness while framing them as casual conversation. This is a risk way to explore connection without outright confession. If someone gradually increases emotional intimacy with you while avoiding romantic labels, it may indicate feelings that they are unsure how to express. Another overlooked sign is inconsistency in warmth. Someone with a secret crush may alternate between being very attentive and suddenly distant. This inconsistency reflects inner conflict. When feelings surface strongly, they engage when fear takes over. They withdraw with a push and pull pattern is common in hidden attraction and often misunderstood as mixed signals. When it's truly emotional self-protection, a secret crush often causes heightened sensitivity to your reactions. You may overanalyze your tone, facial expressions, or brief comments if they seem unusually affected by small changes in your mood or responses. Suggest emotional dependence dependence beyond normal friendship. The sensitivity stems from caring deeply about your approval while lacking clarity about where they stand. Humor can also reveal hidden attraction. Someone with a secret crush may try harder to make you laugh. Remember jokes you like. Tailor humor specifically to your taste. Laughter becomes a safe bonding tool. It creates intimacy without vulnerability. Over time, there's a focused effort to entertain you becomes consistent and intentional. Protective behavior is another subtle sign. They may defend you in conversations, support your opinions even when others disagree or express concern about your well-being in understand ways. This protectiveness often appears without any formal relationship, which can feel confusing. However, it usually indicates emotional attachment rather than simple politeness. Someone hiding a crush may find reasons to extend conversations with you. They linger after discussions, ask follow-up questions, or introduce new topics to keep the interaction going. Time becomes more flexible when emotions are involved. Even busy people tend to make room for those they care about, especially when interaction is present but unspoken. Another hidden sign is emotional availability. A person with a secret crush often shows up consistently during moments when you need support, encouragement, or understanding, and they may not label themselves as important in your life, but their actions place them there. Emotional presence, especially when sustained over time, is a strong indicator of deeper feelings. People with a secret crushes often seek your validation more than they realize. They may sadly look for approval, ask your opinion on personal decisions, or adjust their behavior based on your reactions. The desire for validation comes from emotional investment and the hope, conscious or not, that you see them positively. A hidden crush can also influence how someone talks about you to others. Mutual friends may notice that your name comes up frequently or that the person shows unusual interest in your activities. Even when trying to hide feelings from you, people often reveal them unintentionally. Third-party conversations. Another sign is hidden emotional reactions to your absence. They may seem less energetic when you're not around or noticeably more engaged when you return. This emotional shift happens because your presence has emotional significance to them, even if they never articulate it. Someone secretly attracted to you may create a shared routines or inside references. These small repeated interactions with a sense of exclusivity without crossing obvious lines. Inside jokes and shared habits from emotional closeness quietly, making them a powerful indicator of hidden interest. They may also notice changes in your appearance more than others do. Commenting subtly or reacting non-verbally, attraction hidens visual awareness. Even when compliments are staring, if someone consistently notices small changes, it often reflects focused attention driven by interest. A secret crush can manifest as emotional reassurance. They may downplay your self-doubts, remind you of your strengths, or support you during moments of insecurity. This nurturing behavior often comes from a desire to be emotionally important to you, even without romantic acknowledgement. When you wanna talk about secret crush in the comments, let's go. Someone hiding feelings may avoid situations where their emotions could be exposed, such as a one-on-one romantic settings. At the same time, they seek proximity in safer environments. This selective closeness reveals inner boundaries shaped by fear and desire. coexisting. Another sign is a subconscious competitiveness. They may compare themselves to people you admire or feel uneasy around individuals they perceive as potential romantic rivals. This reaction often remains unspoken but influences mood and behavior. People with secret crushes often experience emotional relief simply by being around you. They may seem calmer, happier, or more grounded in your presence. As emotional regulation effects is common in interaction and indicates that you play a meaningful role in their emotional landscape. A hidden crush can also lead to over politeness or excessive respect. They may hesitate to tease you, challenge you, or disagree openly. This behavior stems from fear of rejection and a desire to maintain a positive image in your eyes. Someone secretly interested may be unusually patient with you. Tolerate delays, misunderstandings, or emotional fluctuations without complaint. This patience often exceeds what they show others and reflects emotional prioritization. They may also find ways to align future plans or interests with yours, solely experiencing compatibility. This alignment often happens without explicit discussion, making it easy to overlook, but it reflects subconscious relationship imagining. A secret crush can influence how someone reacts to physical proximity. They may appear tense, overly aware, or suddenly quiet when close to you. Physical closeness intensifies emotional exposure and making reactions harder to control. Someone hiding feelings may also struggle to give direct compliments, opting instead for indirect praise. They might compliment your work, mindset, or values rather than your appearance. This feels safer while still expressing admiration. Another sign is emotional honesty paired with romantic avoidance. They may be open about fears, goals, and struggles, but avoid discussing attraction directly. This selective vulnerability suggests trust combined with emotional restraint. A secret crush often creates an unspoken emotional rhythm between two people. Moments of closeness followed by a distance, of warmth followed by restraint, and this rhythm reflects unresolved feelings rather than indifference. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to subscribe. Hidden signs of a secret crush are revealed through consistency, not intensity. One gesture means little, but repeated patterns of attention, care, and emotional alignment tell a clearer story. When someone's actions quietly prioritize you over time, it's often because their feelings are deeper than their words allow. Another subtle but powerful sign of a secret crush is how someone reacts to emotional distance from you. Even small shifts, slower replies, reduced availability, or less emotional openness can affect them more than they admit. They may try to hide this reaction by acting indifferent, but their behavior often reveals quiet discomfort or confusion. This happens because emotional attachment creates an inner expectation of connection, even when nothing has been defined. When that connection feels threatened, their emotional state changes, sometimes leading them to re-engage more intentionally or become unusually reflected around you. Someone hiding romantic interest often shows hidden awareness of your emotional state, even when you don't express it verbally. They may sense when something is off, ask general questions, or adjust their behavior to match your mood. This emotional attunement goes beyond empathy. It reflects emotional investment. Reaching emotional intelligence shows that people are more perceptive toward those they care about deeply. If someone consistently picks up on your unspoken feelings while claiming not to be observant, it can be a strong indicator of a hidden crush. A secret crush may also reveal itself through long-term consistency rather than dramatic gestures. Unlike over-attraction, hidden feelings tend to be expressed through a steady presence over months or even years. The person doesn't disappear when things are inconvenient, nor do they only show up when it benefits them. This reliability is significant because it requires emotional commitment without guaranteed reward. When someone remains emotionally available without a clear romantic validation, it often means their feelings are real but unexpressed. Another overlooked sign is how someone reacts to emotional intimacy shared with others. They may appear narrow on the surface but show subtle withdrawal, attention, or compensation. When you grow closer to someone else emotionally, this reaction isn't always jealousy, and the traditional sense is often quiet self-protection. Managing disappointment privately while trying to maintain composure. These inner negotiations between desire and restraint frequently manifest in small behavioral changes that repeat over time. Finally, one of the clearest hidden signs of a secret crush is unresolved emotional presence. Even when circumstances change, a new environments, a time apart, or shifting priorities, the person's emotional connection to you remains noticeable. They remember you, reference past moments, and maintain a sense of emotional continuity that doesn't fade easily. There's a persistence suggests that their feelings were never casual. Secret crushes often last longer than open ones, precisely because they're never fully resolved, leaving emotional traces that continue to surface long after initial attraction began. Thank you for watching the full video. Have a lovely time.